And we never really see women being women.
Oh, a childhood trauma. Oh, I was bullied before.
I'm actually pretty grateful that I went through a lot of bullying growing up. That you're gonna hate on the body bag I was given. I had no choice. I couldn't be like, hey, listen, God, make me hotter.
Looks fade, but your personality stay.
New insecurity, like someone commented on the shape of my elbow.
I don't want to offend anybody.
Pays for her life. Oh, who paid for her plastic surgery?
Extremely wealthy men are not capable of love.
Capable to be their own billionaire? I can be the billionaire. Trial and error, yeah. Want to know my deepest, darkest secrets? I'm more than the numbers, I'm more than the comments, and I'm more than the hate. Screw you, beauty standards.
No matter what you do, you're still gonna get that criticism.
Hey, baby girl.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Backslap.
I get to go to the Oscars, and my mom was like, oh, that's great, but what have you done for somebody today?
Thank you, Mom.
Welcome to The Basic Show with Viktorija Pashuta.
All right, Haley, welcome to The Basic Show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you.
This
You're
is
like
sick.
such an inspirational figure.
Thank you.
When I first saw your Instagram post, I was like, oh my God, this girl has a dream job. She's beautiful, but she's also funny, and she's not afraid to be funny. Because when I noticed most of the beautiful girls, they're so afraid to be funny and they care so much about the image. So how much of your real life translates to your social media funny skits?
Oh man, I think if you meet me in person, like I am my social media, I try really hard to be as authentic as possible just because before this I was a model, right? So
Okay.
I was very much in that mold of like, I'm only supposed to be pretty and I'm only supposed to be like a hanger for clothes and I'm only supposed to be like what my agents tell me to be or what men want me to be or like what my family wants me to be. And I think you get to a point, especially around your 30s, where you're just like, I'm done being somebody else. Like I'm done playing a part. I want to play me. I want to be me in my own life. And so when I finally transitioned from modeling to social media, modeling had almost like killed my soul because I wasn't being myself, which was almost my own fault because I fell into the trap of you have to be something else in order to be successful, which you don't. Being yourself, you will take off. Like you never even imagine the places you go until you are yourself. So when I transitioned to social media, I felt free. It's like I almost broke free of those binds that kept me like this or posting swimsuit photos that I thought were really aesthetic. Now I will post anything and everything because that's who I am. Like I'm crazy and manic and funny and calm and I'm all these different things. I want to show all those sides of me. And the most important thing is I'm not always looking perfect. Like that's a pipe dream. It'll never happen. So I really want to show like the duality of who I am on my social media and show especially young women that it's totally okay and actually celebrated to be yourself.
But were you scared? Because first time when you do the funny skits, were you scared what people will think about you in the beginning?
You know, I think I'm actually pretty grateful that I went through a lot of bullying growing up. So if you look at my old pictures, like I was not the cool kid. I was never the cool kid. So in middle school, I was teased for my appearance. In high school, I was teased for my personality. Then I got to college and thankfully, like I was so focused on academics that the teasing kind of stopped there. But then you get into modeling and people start picking apart every little bit of your face and your body and things that I used to love about myself almost became new insecurities. I would go to my friends and be like, oh, new insecurity. Like someone commented on the shape of my elbow and it's too pointy. And I think that almost breaks you down to a point where you don't care anymore because you know, even if you post like the most celebratory photo of you where you think you look perfect, you've face-tuned yourself to perfection, somebody's going to point something out. They're going to be like, why is her baby toe so weird? Or like, she looks a little cross-eyed. So you can never escape that. And you get to a point where you just know you can't escape it. So you're like, I might as well be myself because they're going to tear me down whether I'm myself or trying to be like this perfect person.
But I loved how you use your bullying to transform yourself and to become a stronger person because a lot of people use that as an excuse and get into this victim mentality like, oh, a childhood trauma, oh, I was bullied before.
Yeah.
And they kind of let themselves stay in that moment. What did it take for you to really gain that strength and like saying, you know what, I don't care? Is it the confidence or what is it?
I'm really blessed to have really good parents and like a really solid foundation. My mom is like Mother Teresa reincarnated. I've never heard her swear. I've actually never seen her wear makeup. She's never purchased anything designer. She really laid the foundation for like what you look like and material goods aren't who you are. It's what you do for other people. So I grew up kind of with the notion of I am not this. I am how I make other people feel or what I do for other people. So I give all credit to my parents. I'd probably be really messed up if I didn't have the parents that I have, because every big success I have, like when I got the call that I was going to go to the Oscars, right? I called my mom and I was like, Mom, it's my biggest dream. I get to go to the Oscars. And my mom was like, oh, that's great. But what have you done for somebody today? Like, cool. You get to go to this thing that people invented that people think is cool, but like that hasn't affected anyone's day. That hasn't changed anyone's day for the better. So all credit to my parents. Truly, they laid the groundwork.
Which is so great, because I feel like there's so much pressure for women to look good. And nowadays, everybody's focused so much on their looks, how they present themselves, but we don't invest so much into the personality. And I feel like when you age or get older, looks fade, but your personality stay. And you have, obviously a great personality. So you're so real. And like, I like the confidence in you that you just don't give a, F. What you look like, or if it's funny, if it doesn't look perfect.
Yeah. I think too, once you start thinking like that, you will almost feel free. Like as a woman, we are almost like conditioned to believe that the way that we look is everything that we are, because the world can control us easier if we believe that our only worth is found in the way that we look. So we get pitted against each other. When we're young, for boys, we are constantly fed all these advertisements where we are airbrushed and we have no hair and we are perfectly made up, and we never really see women being women, and there's beauty in imperfection. And I think the second we turn away from that culture and we say, listen, I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be a tool for you to use or manipulate. I'm going to be myself. Women will see the beauty in that, and women will start fighting against that system and truly being themselves. And then we'll see so many more successful women.
Yeah, because I feel like we're going to get criticized no matter what.
Yes.
No matter what you do, you're still going to get that criticism.
Yep.
But I feel embracing the confidence and giving women that right and choice. Hey, you have the right to not be perfect, right? You can be whatever you want, just own it.
And there's literally, like, I wish I could tell the women that I modeled with, because I saw some of the most beautiful, beautiful women, like ones that look like they were straight out of a magazine, airbrushed perfection, and they are insecure. They feel like they are not beautiful. And I wish I could just like shake them and be like, there is so much power in being yourself and almost saying like, screw you beauty standards. You will soar to new heights because women will see that in you, because they want to also do that. And then you'll just have like a bucket load of women that like stand behind you and cheer you on. And there's truly nothing more powerful than like the number of women who I have like in my DMs or my comment section, like cheering me on. They're the reason I've been able to accomplish this.
That's amazing. Let's talk about your billionaire boyfriend.
My dearest
kids.
William.
But what I wanted to ask you, he comes out such a trashy guy, the billionaire guy. He's like, no, treating you well. He's cheating on you. I mean, come on. So speaking of that, if we talk about the relationship, do you believe that extremely wealthy men are not capable of love?
Oh, no, not necessarily. I know a lot of amazing men that are also very wealthy. But growing up, in the modeling industry and seeing the culture of very wealthy men dating very young women, I sadly got to see some of my friends go through that kind of struggle of control. Like when somebody pays for your life, whether they like it or not, there is a level of control there, right? Like they control your finances, so they technically control some of the decisions. And I really want women to see that. I want women to know their power. I want women to know that they are very capable to be their own billionaire. They're very capable. Do not sell yourself short. There's nothing wrong with dating a very wealthy man. There's nothing wrong with dating anyone wealthy. That's totally fine. It's all in how they treat you. And my billionaire boyfriend was born because when I did my apartment tour with Caleb Simpson, my entire comment section was, what man pays for her life? Oh, who paid for her plastic surgery? Who paid for her apartment? Who paid for this? And I was like, wow, all of these people want a man that controls my life. I'm going to make one up and give it to them.
Love that.
But I'm going to dial up the sarcasm and really show what it's like to live under the thumb of a man that controls your finances. I want young women to see my page and be like, wait, I can be the billionaire. Not my husband will be the billionaire. I can be the billionaire.
I love that. And if you flip it, say, I know you do have an amazing boyfriend, but if you flip it and say, if you fell in love with the broke guy, what qualities in the man, or like in general in men, are the most important to you?
Oh, honesty. I want somebody that can tell me anything. If you make a mistake, tell me. If you've had a bad day, tell me. If there's something that you've done in your life that you're like, man, I really regret that, tell me, because we're human and we make tons of mistakes. There are so many times that I've said the wrong thing, done the wrong thing. And sometimes it's really important to know the good and the bad side of people.
Mm-hmm.
And with my partner, I really want to know everything. I want to know his worst days, his best days, his biggest secrets, the things he tells everyone. So I just think honesty and openness is the most important for me in a relationship.
Is it same as communication?
Mhm.
Probably.
Yeah,
I'd say.
exactly. It's like honesty and I think communication should just involve honesty,
Mhm.
but unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
People communicate, but sometimes they're not honest about
And I
it.
feel like it's so obvious, but I see a lot of couples go through this emotional immaturity, and it feels like it's so obvious. Just communicate, because if you have any problem, I feel like you cannot have a situation that you cannot resolve. right?
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
too, if you have to go into a relationship thinking that that person is your partner, your teammate, and
mhm.
you guys are fighting on the same team. It's like if you're playing in a soccer match, you're on the same team. So if they mess up, you're not going to be like, I'm done with this game, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, the opponent is going to win. You're on the same team together. So you need to figure out those things. And if you can't, maybe it's time to look for something else, or maybe spend some time on your own to figure out really why you had those communication issues.
So where do you draw the line between like being too clingy into someone's like business and know everything, which is great, but how do you draw that line and still keep the balance?
Oh, I'm such an open book. I think my followers know that too. Like,
Yeah.
I'm an overshare. I'll walk into a room and be like, want to know my deepest, darkest secrets? Like, I'm also a yapper. So I think that they just kind of come out as
Yeah.
I'm yapping. So I love somebody that is almost clingy because I'm clingy, but it's like a self-aware clingy and a healthy clingy.
Yeah.
I don't need someone. I want someone.
Yeah, you found your match.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so sweet.
He's very
Did you say
sweet.
he was carrying suitcases for you?
Yeah, he packed all my suitcases this morning because I was like so exhausted. He's great. You just got to have somebody that's a partner in that. Like, he knew I was tired. He knew I needed the help, and he did it without even asking.
That's
It
so
was
sweet.
fabulous.
I'm not
Wherever
gonna
he is. Hi.
I'm not gonna tell him that William called me before the show and he said after this you have to straight flight to New York, you know?
I'll do it. But William's been with his assistant this entire week. So, William, I have some words for you.
Okay, William, make a note. So let's talk about hate.
Mhm.
I've seen that you've been so reciprocate, especially in hateful comments, and I was like, wow, this woman is so strong, because I don't know if any regular person can handle it. How do you use that? I don't know if it's a skill or your mental state to help you in real life outside of the internet.
I think once you're a creator and you've experienced like world level hate, eventually you're like, well, I mean, what else can be said? You know, it's almost like I've been through many chapters of hate. It started when I was younger in, my local school, and that felt overwhelming. 30 kids saying mean things, and I was like, I can't handle this. And then you grow and you change and you become more confident, and you also need to like surround yourself with an amazing support system. My family and my friends are incredible. I've had the same best friend since kindergarten. So she's been with me through every single like pillar of hate. And then it was, high school, and then it was modeling, and then it almost culminated in this like the world hate of content creation. But you just have to remember that those people are probably hurting themselves. So hurt people hurt people. If somebody's pointing out things about you online, you're a stranger to them, and they're pointing out like, hey, you have a big forehead, or like, hey, I don't like the way you look in this. Something is going on with them. Nothing's going on with you. Because would somebody, a normal person who's emotionally stable, attack a stranger online? No. They must be going through something at home. And that's where I extend the grace and the patience to be like, you're going through something. It's a reflection of you, not of me.
And I noticed you try to interact with these people. And I was like, I would just ignore it. Do you think it's better to ignore or really give them that, I don't know, satisfaction to respond to the hateful comments, which I thought really admirable. But I was like, I don't know how much emotional strength you have. Do you actually read through the comments?
I do. Yeah, I do. I'm lucky enough to be over the age of 30. And I feel like something in your brain switches when you're 30, and you almost like turn into your grandparents when they would just say anything and do anything. Like, you start getting closer to that. Not like 30 is very young still, but you're more, the hate bounces off of you a little faster. But I think it completely depends on the person. I know people that have really intense insecurities, and if they're brought up, like, they just don't want to see it. And there is absolutely a space for that. If you're a creator, use hidden words. Block those words so that if a hater comes and tries to say it, you never see it. It's never going to be in your comment section. Save your mental health. Prioritize that over everything.
Just building this wall, right?
Exactly.
Visual wall. You
Protection.
don't allow the negativity to come through it.
For me, it's almost sort of fun to play into it, because a lot of the hate comments that you get, you're already pretty self-aware of. Like, I have a big forehead, but so did Tyra Banks. Who cares?
I love your forehead.
Thanks,
what?
Queen.
What?
But like at the end of the
Like
day,
the
these
cutest.
are all things that like don't define who I am. We are literally just like a body bag of like organs and fluids. That's all we are. It's amazing that we're even walking, talking, seeing each other, connecting with each other. So the fact that you're going to hate on the body bag I was given, I had no choice. I couldn't like
I
be like,
love
hey,
that.
listen, God, make me hotter. Like
Yeah.
I can't. So for you to hate on something that's out of my control is, again, a reflection of you and your character, not of mine. So if I can play into it in a comedic way and lighten up my page for everyone so that they know that even the haters don't faze me, although sometimes they do. I have my low days just like everyone. I think it makes my page like a brighter and happier and more fun place where you can poke fun at even the things you're insecure about.
So you say you have low days. Like looking at your Instagram, I always feel like, oh my God, you live the perfect life. You're always happy. Even though if you're not happy, you still make fun of it. So if you had like imaginary mirror in front of you on your low days, what would you say to yourself?
Ooh, it's funny. I film on my low days too, but I'm usually more introspective about it. Like I'll talk about the hate. I actually have a spam page on TikTok that I'll post to where I'll just like talk calmly about the things that I experience. I think that what's so great about social media is you almost get to see this come up of people that, I hate to use the word celebrity, that like are known to a group of people.
And now it's time for commercial break. We would like to thank our sponsors. Wait, we don't have any sponsors this episode. So we're going to entertain you guys with Jathan over here. He's known for his amazing dad jokes that I never really get. Hi, Jathan.
What's happening?
So I know you usually don't get your jokes, but I'll do my best to understand them. So share with us some funny dad jokes you have.
Okay, so first off, what has 5 toes but isn't your foot?
5 toes isn't your foot. I don't know. Turtle's foot?
No, my foot.
Your foot.
Yes, my foot.
Oh my God, so stupid. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Okay, what else? What else do you have?
Did you hear about the cheese factory explosion?
Cheese factory explosion?
Yes, it was terrible. All that was left was debris.
Do who?
Debris.
Debris?
Brie cheese.
I was like, who's Dupree?
Debris.
Debris.
Brie cheese.
Did you get this one? Sorry.
Maybe they will.
I don't get this. Debris, can you explain it to me?
Like brie cheese.
So factory
All
exploded.
that was left was debris.
Oh, debris cheese. Oh,
There it
okay.
is.
Okay. I'm a little slow like a giraffe. The joke's getting too low to get to my brain. Okay, I can remember that
Let's
one.
see. What is another good
Do you have
one?
something like feminist related?
But
But like in a bad way.
I wasn't really prepared for a feminist.
Okay.
I have
Do you have like soccer moms?
no, but so I did have a whole bunch of jokes about unemployment people.
Unemployment people?
Yeah, but none of them work.
I got that one. I got
And
that.
that's your dad jokes.
Okay, I love that. I need to practice more on the dead jokes. And this is what we're gonna do. You know, I keep calling it the dad bod jokes,
Kind of a dad bod.
right? So what is a dad bod? Is the guy who has a bod the
It's like
triplets?
dad bod is like someone that like isn't necessarily out of shape, but they're not in shape. Like they don't have time to like. You can still work out, but like you like to eat horrible food
Or drink
you
beer.
Always drink beer.
Could Leonardo DiCaprio be considered as a dad bod guy?
Nowadays, yeah,
He's
I would
a little.
say so.
How big it has to be?
I don't think it's a big size.
Just a little pimp?
It's just a little whatever.
Just a little thing. Yeah.
Little bloop.
Yeah.
This really went off the rails.
Well, I just came up with one joke. I mean, it's not a joke. Nobody paid attention to this whiskey glass that I drink water from because I just want to feel fancy. Sponsored by water.
Sponsored by water.
Thank you, water.
This is double filtered though, so it's.
Is it? Nobody's going to know it's from yesterday.
No.
Don't tell our guest. Just pour the water
Just leave.
everyone
Everyone's drinking the
from
same
my-
water.
from my bottle. They're going to kill me after that.
They're drinking from like, so you want to know who that's sponsored by? Our last guest.
We're going to be canceled.
Got it. No more.
We're going to be canceled.
And they're just a normal person. Like they're just a girl and a phone, or they started, in their parents' basement and they just had a phone and started posting, and they're experiencing things that celebrities experience. But celebrities don't get to be as open about it because they have teams and they're protected and PR and all of this stuff. Well, creators, I think it's important for us to share our low days and to be like, listen, guys, sometimes this is really, really hard. And sometimes you guys are really mean. And that hurts my feelings. And I think that that's my responsibility, especially with such a young audience, to communicate that I'm a human and these things hurt. And sometimes it's overwhelming. And sometimes I have days where I fully, totally break down. I crash out. But I have my family to build me up. And I know that I'm more than the numbers. I'm more than the comments. And I'm more than the hate.
Yeah. Well, I'll say you do have a lot of strength being vulnerable, because not everybody can do that. And with that being said, how much of your private life you keep to yourself, or you share or overshare everything?
I think I overshare. I try to keep my dating life to myself, private, just as like a courtesy to my partner more than anything.
Okay.
A lot of the times you don't date somebody in the social media world, so they might not want their life broadcasted to 20 million people. So I try to be, I try to have some patience and timing with that, and really understand if my partner wants to be there, wants to post with me, or wants to maybe take a back seat and wants privacy. That's really the only area that I've been kind of private in. I think I share everything else with everybody.
So how did it happen? You guys just sit down and say, okay, are you willing for me to show your face?
Basically.
And,
Yeah, it's basically like,
sign
hey.
the contract with blood.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, let's blood dual soul this. No, it's really just like, are you ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly when you put yourself out there? We've been talking about it. Hate comes your way, and I would hate to put somebody out there that isn't ready for that, or who just will never be ready for that. And that's okay. You could be somebody that is never ready for that, and to know that and be self-aware of that, and to purposely avoid spaces where like you will get that hate is really important.
I love that. Let's talk a little bit about aging. I know you spoke publicly, and I love your opinion, but what do you think about reverse aging? Have you heard about that billionaire, what's his name, Brian Johnson?
40-year-old, yes.
What do you think about that? If you had a chance, would you go back to your 18-year-old self?
No.
Or would you age gracefully and live like till 120 years?
I mean, of course, I get Botox. I want to feel good about myself. Like, I'm going to get a facelift when I'm older. I'm going to do all those things, but I'm not going to chase youth. I think something that my mom really did well for me is I've never seen my mom get any. She's never had surgery. She's never had Botox. She doesn't even put on like the face lotion, nothing. She just is what she is because she says that who she is not her body. And I think that that's a really important thing just to know in the back of your head. Even if you want to get a facelift, even if you want to like look younger, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like we want to feel confident in ourselves, but that is not who we are. So make sure that instead of putting your energy into it because you're like, I need people to accept me. I need them to think I'm pretty. I need, the world to accept me. It should be like, hey, I just really don't like this sagging skin and I kind of want to pull it back, but there's nothing wrong with the sagging skin. Like there's nothing not beautiful about that. It's society that made us think that there's something wrong with it.
Yeah. But I feel like so many women right now overly focused, especially in the plastic surgery. I don't know if it's just California overly. And I feel sad because I'm like, you actually look beautiful.
Yeah.
You don't need any of those modifications. But at the same time, it's some kind of internal validation, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, we both grew up in this world. It's tough for women. We are constantly inundated with images of youth and perfection, and that's what's considered to be beautiful. And so when you're constantly pumped into this idea that like only that is beautiful, I don't blame women for going out and chasing that like beauty youth standard. It's what we've been trained to do our entire lives. But I think it's really important that we don't judge women in their battle with that. If a woman gets tons of plastic surgery, it's her body. At the end of the day, her body. It's her meat bag. She can do whatever she wants with it. You want to dye yourself purple? You want to, pin your eyebrows up to your forehead? I don't care. It's your body. You live in your experience. Do whatever you want with your body. Just make sure that you are constantly pushing back on those beauty norms because they don't define you.
I love that. Well, let's talk a little bit about social media trends. Let's talk Instagram. This is just my personal observation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Speaking about beautiful, years ago, everybody was about that perfect picture, filters. Right now, I call it, I think, like ugly eye aesthetic. When you, I don't know, you see the celebrities post, like one picture is like blurry post, another one is like someone took it like from under the couch, another one just like, oh, I'm in the mood. What do you think? And I'm just looking like, is it pretty? Like, are they trying to like look regular? Like, by the way, somebody took that picture, especially if it's a couple. You're like, who took that picture?
Yep.
Who was with you in the room?
The third wheel
The third
or the timer.
a timer. Oh, okay. That's why I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the ugly eye aesthetic? Should the accounts be more polished and beautiful, or should you just like pretend and, you know, almost like transform your beautiful content to like be intentionally ugly?
The Gen Z aesthetic, basically. The
okay.
Gen Z aesthetic. There's been a lot of creators that have done videos on like the millennial aesthetic,
Okay.
right? The Alexis Wrens of the world that kind of set that beauty standard of like perfectly almost over edited, like this girl is a walking Barbie, all the way to like, I mean, I do 0.5 photos of my forehead where it's all forehead and like two little beady eyes looking up. I just think it depends on the person. I think there are women that prefer the aesthetic. That's who they are. I have one of my best friends, Maya, loves aesthetic photos. That's what she loves. It's what her interest is in. She loves art. She loves beauty. She loves architecture. I'm not that girl. You know, I prefer manic and crazy, and I don't love to like get dressed up as often. I love a red carpet though. I love to get dressed up for a red carpet, but everybody is different. And that's the fun in the world. And that's the fun with content is you get to see the world through like so many people's vision. And I think that it's important to have variety there. If you want to create aesthetically and it doesn't like kill your soul because you constantly feel like you have to live up to that aesthetic, be an aesthetic creator. If you want to, you know, like not have to worry at all about the way that you look, be a comedy creator or find something in between. Like there's so much space out there for every single person. Just do you and do whatever feels right to you.
So speaking of do you, I know you mentioned you started doing 5 videos a day for like 2 years and like 2 days of vacation. So how long did it take for you to find your aesthetic? Or maybe walk us through your process. I guess maybe I have so many questions. Like, how do you even edit your videos? Like, what's the software you use?
CapCut, girl. CapCut.
Okay.
Like, I think when I first started, I almost felt so caged by the modeling industry that I was like itching to just be myself. So I almost just fell into who I am because for so long I was pretending to be a character. I was trying to be this like perfect, over-edited, spray tanned, makeup all the time, perfect outfits girl. When that's not who I am. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with being that girl either. I don't want to villainize anyone who is that. Like, if that's who you are, that's who you are. I was not that girl. I was, you know, a super nerd. I never wore makeup because my mom didn't even let me until I was like 17 years old. So I think that I very quickly like found who I am because I was waiting for the moment that I could finally be who I am. But for me, I love the internet and I love internet culture and
the internet loves you, obviously.
Thank you. I'm so grateful that they do because they have truly made my dreams come true. Like I wouldn't be here unless people hit the follow button. So they're truly who's responsible for my success. Although my hard work helped, without them, I wouldn't be here. So for me, I didn't really know content. I watched Saturday Night Live when I was little. That was my dream job was to be one of the like cast members on Saturday Night Live. I grew up watching College Humor. I grew up watching Jenna Marbles. So that I already kind of knew my lane. Like,
who is Jenna Marbles?
Oh, she was one of the original YouTubers.
Okay. I don't know.
Comedy YouTuber. Yeah.
Okay.
She's an icon and a legend. And I just kind of grew up watching that space. So I always knew that space was of interest to me. So then when I started creating, I just got right into that space. And my first YouTube videos, I edited on iMovie because I had absolutely no idea how to edit. So I sat there for 12 hours and I edited on iMovie. And
trial and error.
Trial and error. Yeah. I think if you really are passionate about something, you will not let anything stand in your way and you'll teach yourself. Then it became CapCut. Then I started to learn special effects. I still edit the majority of my stuff on CapCut, but I write, direct, post everything myself. I don't have a team. If you see something on my social media, I have filmed it, I have edited it, I've captioned it, I've scripted it, and I've posted it.
Didn't you mention that one of your ex-boyfriends was an editor?
Yes.
And he taught you some of the, special tricks and special effects?
Yeah, I owe a lot to Max because he was still is an incredible
editor. Share, get the number.
Yeah, no, he has a production company now, and now he's amazing. He's so talented, and your friends help you through a lot of this. And he helped me through a lot of this. And he taught me how to edit special effects. I mean, the lightning videos alone were great learning grounds for me to learn how to track and to learn how to light the ground, to light the foreground, to light the background. All of those things like add up to making such good content. And if I didn't have the friends that I had in place that really lifted me up, I don't think I'd be here either.
Well, I remember the eyebrow.
Yes,
the eyebrow video.
We were bored one weekend. I remember it was like I think I had just gotten back from Miami. I had worked for Hugo Boss, which was like insane because when I was a model, all my agents told me, well, no, you're commercial. You'll never work for a designer. So when I got to do that as a content creator, I was like,
I got to prove them wrong, right? Yeah.
It's like almost like quiet success is the best revenge, right? So I was coming home from that. And then we were just sitting on the couch and I was like, how hard would it be to shave off my eyebrow? And he's like,
Randomly.
that hard. And we were like, okay. And I think we made 8 videos over the course of the weekend, edited all weekend long, and they got like 250 million views. And it was another moment in my career that almost happened accidentally that really boosted me up to where I am today.
I wish it was a fly on the wall on that night.
It's actually so not that exciting. It was literally me like, okay, you know, when you're doing special effects, especially something on the face, you can't turn your head because you're going to lose the tracking data.
Every second, you like edit by every second.
Yeah, and this was before AI too. Like we were
right.
not using AI. We were using Adobe After Effects, and we were using a plugin that I think it's called like Lockdown that helps you track anything on your skin.
Okay.
So it was way harder
Making
because
notes.
you can't like move your head. You have to, stay straight. And so a lot of it was just filming it correctly and then making sure we could edit it in a way that we were able to do it because we're not movie editors. We can't do the impossible. We were just doing it on his MacBook in my apartment.
The funniest one for me was, I know everybody talks about the billionaire boyfriend, but my favorite one is I don't know what's his name, the guy in a cap, the haircut thing. When you put like, you do
you mean when I do boy character?
The one with the freaking cap and the hair coming out. To me, it's like my favorite.
My douchebag?
Yeah. Oh, the douchebag. I was
The
like,
douchebag
you need
guy.
to give him a name.
I do. I think like they have named him in the past when I posted
what is
as
he?
him. I actually don't know.
We need to name him.
But whenever anyone comments, I'm like, hey, baby girl.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yeah, my douchebag.
I know. I was like, damn, that's kind of hot.
It's so funny too because when people were doing the hear me out cakes, where they'd like put random people like hear me out. A lot of times it was me as a boy. And I'm like, okay, so thanks guys.
A lot of female fans like,
I'm like, hey, baby girl.
I love that. I was like, damn, that's like pretty attractive. He has a personality.
Keeping up with my boyfriend over here.
Yeah.
Sometimes he gets home. He'll get home and I'll fully have a mustache drawn on and like a beard, and I have my hair in like my cap, and I'll just be like, "Come here, baby," and he's like, "Oh my god."
I feel like the mustache is missing.
Oh yeah,
I really want to do like.
I don't
a little
have
stubble.
it. I don't have it today. I should have drawn it on.
Yeah, I feel like you would look pretty.
Feels bare.
I think you look hot. Just make
Thank
sure
you.
it's not the.
Yeah, no.
It
We're
needs
not.
to be the
We got to do the whole thing.
the whole thing.
If I'm gonna grow a beard, it's gonna be a good one. Come on now.
bet. I can definitely see that.
Thank you.
I'll be the first one to comment on that one. I'm
Just
like,
like, hey, and I'll say, "Hey, baby girl."
yes, hey, baby girl.
It'll be
How you doing,
perfect.
baby girl? Well, I have like a few just like small imaginary questions. If you were strangled on the island without no phone, no internet, walk me just really quick your first day there on the island.
I mean, do I have anything? I'm
nothing.
done.
You're done.
well, I'm
you like
just
washed
gonna-
off the shore.
I'm
on the
just gonna
shore.
figure out how I feel about dying because I'm definitely gonna die on that island.
That's not really
There's
optimistic.
nothing
though.
there. I'm screwed. I mean, I watched survival shows. I
Yeah.
love Naked and Afraid, but
Yeah.
like, I don't think I could live. I think I just have to get right with my God and be like, okay, I think I'm gonna die. on this
Wait, so you're just
island.
gonna sit on the sand do nothing?
I mean, I'll try.
You'll
I'll
try,
try. I'll
yeah.
spell out. I'll do the typical
The
movie
SOS
tropes. Yeah,
thing?
spell out
Okay.
help.
Yeah.
But if it's just a bare island with one palm tree,
Yeah.
we all know what's gonna happen
Yeah.
here. Unless I can bring one item, and that item is a boat, I'm screwed.
Yeah. I imagine the helicopter and like the zooming in and you're like, hey, baby.
I'm like, hey, baby girl, I'm just withered away.
Sun tanning.
Like, I'm a ginger. I will burn in 1
yeah.
second. So I think the sunburn alone would kill me like day 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is, you said ginger. What is the, what's the word? the right way to say ginger?
Redhead?
Redhead?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to offend anybody.
Oh, it's okay. I'm a natural born redhead, and
Yeah. I
Yeah.
saw the video you proving it because some people didn't believe you are.
people think I have brown hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, how dare you? I was bullied for this. I
Yeah.
carry this.
You
like,
own it.
I own
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
went through years
Yeah.
of ridicule and bullying. Like, people would go like this over my head. They'd be like, sorry, my hands are
Yeah,
cold.
yeah.
Like, I didn't go through that for you to say I'm
Oh
a
my God.
brunette. How dare you?
Yeah, like backslap.
Yeah, even though truly I don't care. But yeah, I am a natural born
Yeah.
redhead.
And the second funny question is like, if you had or participated in like super pretentious dinner, what would be like the most extravagant item you would order like to, to shock the table?
You know, what sucks about me is I didn't grow up eating like fancy. I grew up in Minnesota. We
Okay.
lived on Chinese takeout. So Chinese takeout is like my favorite thing to eat. If you look at my DoorDash orders, it's like McDonald's, KFC, Cold Stone. And nobody believes this. So I will literally
Right now?
show my DoorDash orders.
Okay.
Like no one believes it, but I just love fast food. Like truly, I don't like caviar. I don't like the fancy little meat and cheese trays. Like I
Yeah.
like American cheese. I like string cheese. I just don't really like fancy stuff. I love like a filet mignon and like mashed potatoes.
Okay. One time I went to a nail salon and the lady, she never left California. I said, I'm eating salad. And she was like, just salad? And she was like, what about the dressing? And I'm like, for us, like I'm coming from Europe,
Yeah.
we don't really use a dressing. It's just like olive oil, lemon. I don't know. Is it just me?
You just eat grass,
Yeah.
plain grass.
Well, you add olive oil, lemon, pepper, and salt.
Oh no, I would die. No,
Yeah.
no. Give me like
Really?
a Caesar.
A Caesar. That's what she said. That's what
Caesar.
she said. The dressing. I'm
The
like, what?
dressing.
I'm like, what is that?
I almost puked though when I found out that Caesar has anchovies in it,
Ooh,
but I've
yeah.
gotten over that.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you're over the age of 30. You can't be freaking out over anchovies. So now I get extra Caesar dressing when I get my Caesar salads.
Did you know I recently found out that Caesar salad actually was invented in Mexico?
I did not know that.
Apparently there was like a really rich lady in the
Yeah.
hotel and she asked the private chef to make her a salad and he only had few ingredients, so came up and created the salad and
Oh.
called it Caesar salad, but it was invented in Mexico by that chef. I forgot his
I need to
name.
hug her.
Yeah.
I really do because it's the only dressing that I like.
You love
Or the one at Panera Bread, it's like the apple Fuji chicken salad. That thing slaps. That's amazing.
I don't go to Panera.
Oh, it's amazing. Again, with the fast food.
Fast food.
It's just the
So you don't
easiest.
eat anything like raw or
Not really. I used to back when I was modeling, I would meal plan. I'd get
Okay.
meal
Ooh.
plans and I didn't love them, but I would do it because I wanted to be good at my job.
Yeah.
And now that I'm a creator, I can have my body look any certain way and I'm like, give me McDonald's.
I mean, you look fabulous.
Thank
Thank
you.
you to your jeans and thank you for mama.
Thank you,
know.
Mom.
Thank you, mom.
It's my hyperthyroidism. I'm like, yes.
No, she's incredible. It seems like she, brought you up
She's
real well.
incredible.
And to wrap it up, I know you do have a lot of young followers, young girls. Anything you can advise them or recommend if they're going through like dark times or
Yeah.
depression or like when they feel down? What's like the one advice you would share with them?
Don't suffer alone. Don't suffer alone. I was somebody that always tried to plaster a smile on my face my whole life. Like, I'm fine, everything's fine. I'm mature and I can get through this and I'm independent, but don't rely on your friends and family because if they were going through something, you would want them to tell you.
Mhm.
So tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your best friend, whoever your comfort person is, your boyfriend, your sibling. Like I come to my sister, my brother for things. Tell somebody, even if it's a therapist, even if it's an anonymous person on the internet, just get it out because it feels really good to talk about it. And a lot of the times when you're talking about something that you're going through, you almost have little discoveries in it where you learn more about yourself or you learn more about how to get through that. So don't suffer alone. And you are so much more than what anyone says about you. You know who you are. The people at your school who aren't your friends that are making fun of you, the people online that are trying to bring you down. Again, it says so much more about their character than it does about you when somebody's trying to be negative. So rise above it, just stay kind, stay humble, and rely on your friends and family.
Wow. Applaud it. Thank you for this. I really enjoyed this interview. I had a million other questions, but I feel like you're such a pleasant person to talk to.
Thank
I feel like
you.
we spent all night chatting.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for being on The Basic Show.
Of course.
Yes,
Thank you
very
for having
excited.
me.
Yes, thank you
and
so
I'm
much.
stealing this because it's delicious.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, enjoy.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much, Haley. Thank you. Bye.